Hi, thanks for watching Get Lost with Greg. On this episode, we're at the Gehetgen Nature Preserve in Roscommon, Michigan. It's a perfect day out. We're going to go check out the trails and see what there is to see. Let's go. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan. The sun's shining. It's about 70 degrees. We have an empty parking lot here, as you can see. So to me, being an introvert, that's a perfect thing. Hopefully we have the woods to ourselves. Let's go check it out. I've been here once before, but it's been a while. There's a nice little trail system here. All the trails are marked. And if you've never been here, it's right on the corner of town. We are only a couple blocks away from downtown Roscommon, so it's a beautiful spot if you're in the area to come check out. You don't have to go very far to be in nature. So let's go see what we can see. This place is pretty cool. This was the home of Marguerite Gehetgen. She lived here and she built a house here. This was her little paradise, and when she passed, she gave the land back to the city, and they made it into a nature preserve, and they built all these trails, and it's pretty cool. It was built in 1997 after she passed. So if you're here, pay your respects. It's pretty cool that people like this, instead of passing this along to family who might not enjoy it and take it for granted, open up to the public who doesn't have access to, being in the woods. It's a pretty cool idea for anybody, who want to leave a living legacy after they're gone. Your name can carry on and people can enjoy it. Right over here you see the house that she used to live in. We'll get a closer look on our way back. Let's get walking. Oh, right here there's already a chipmunk. Hopefully we get to see some actual wildlife here. Little dude. So it is 1 week away from 4th of July. What do you guys have planned? For me, I'm not going to have my daughter, so I'm probably going to low-key and not really do anything. Hopefully I can get outside and make another video for you guys. But if you watched any of the previous episodes, me getting out in nature has kind of hit a little standstill. I'm still living in Bay City and trying to make the most of it. I just dropped my daughter off to my ex, and I won't have her for 2 weeks now. So instead of running back to Bay City and going where there's not really trails, I figured I'll come to Roscommon. It was on my way back to Bay City. And I want to show you this place. Here's our first trail marker here. I'll give you a quick little look of the map. We are here. There's the parking lot. There's actually bathrooms over here by where her house is. You can see it's got a good trail system. Everything's marked. There's not so much for water to really see here, but it's a perfect spot out in the woods. Where those chairs are, apparently it's an outdoor classroom. That's what they classify it. So just in case you want to know. Maybe one of these times I'll have a video where it's like more scripted and I know what I'm going to say. But for now, everything is just winging it. The black squirrel. So here is where Marguerite's, I don't know if it's Marguerite or Margaret. Anyways, there's the bathrooms right there. If you come here and you need a bathroom, they actually do have a sink, it looks like. This was her house. Now I think it's just used by the DNR. There's a view out of her front door, out of her front porch. I would love to wake up to a place like this one day. A really cool idea for her. Well, I already mentioned it, but if you have a piece of land and you don't have anybody in your family, instead of just selling it to where it's going to go to who knows and you don't know what's going to happen to it. If you have a place that's beautiful, I would highly recommend giving it back to the city that you live in so they can turn it into a place like this. Think of all the kids that, they take field trips here and they get to see these woods. You can see how old the old growth is. This is a real spot of woods, and it's awesome that she preserved it. Not much for water, but you can take a look at the pond. I wanted to take a video by Higgins Lake, but I decided to come here instead. Instead of the blue water I was going to show you, this looks just like Bay City. Everywhere I go, it's brown water. One of these days, I'll live in Key West, and I'll show you videos of what the real pretty water looks like. But for now, I'm making the best out of what I got. No matter where you go, you can find beauty in anything, right? After all, God made this, and who am I to tell him that he messed up? Everything he did was planned for a reason. So I think for me, to show me that there are other places in Bay City, when you're born and raised somewhere and you don't really get out and explore, it's easy to think that what you have is perfect and it's awesome. But then once you get out and you actually see different areas and you can see the way that other people live, it makes your eyes open a little bit more. I never knew that we had beautiful water in Michigan until I started going to Higgins Lake. And then I saw Torch Lake. And it makes you realize that even though you might have issues with your home state, every state's going to have bad areas, but every state's going to have good areas too. It's just about getting out and exploring, going somewhere new, and maybe getting lost a little bit. The DNR did a really good job at this place. There's a lot of bridges that we're going to cross, a lot of wood pathways. There's a couple little lookout places like that too. And I will try to show you everything. This place isn't that big that we should be able to do all the trails before my battery dies. So we will see. Like I said, look at this. A lot of these trails, you could see that it's natural terrain, so it's hard to get through, but they did a good job with all these wood walkways. This part looks like it's brand new. Let's go check it out. The first time I came here, I actually had my Bible with me in the car, so I came and I brought it out and I sat right here for a couple hours and I just read the Bible. It's a beautiful, peaceful spot to just chill out, read a book. Really good spot to get lost or away from the world. Like I said, if you're ever around the Roscommon area, all I did a quick Google search to try to find hiking places, and I forgot that I knew about this place, so it's only, like I said, maybe a couple blocks away from downtown Roscommon. It's hidden away here at the south end of town. You would never know it by driving through town that there's a place like this even here. We're going to check it out. We're already checking it out. I don't know why I said that. Dirt, dirt. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like they made custom birdhouse, but they fell out of the tree. Okay, if you were me, which way would you go? It's been so long that, oh, there's a dirt. I'm here. So I guess we'll go all the way to the orange trail. This is where it dead ends. You see that? We'll go up here, cut through, so we'll go to the green one. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not going to actually stick with the plan. I'm just going to go wherever I feel like going. So that's some good advice I have. Instead of planning everything out and making sure every little detail is just perfect, just go. Like if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel, just do it. If you're thinking about starting a new business, just do it. The more you get inside your head about anything, less likely you are to follow through with it. So my whole life I've just been a dreamer. I always say I'm a dreamer, nothing more. It's good and bad. I'm the one who never saved up money because I never planned anything out, but at the same time, I have way less burdens living this lifestyle where spur of the moment I can just go hiking, I can go kayaking, and I don't have a whole set list of things to do when I wake up. I don't think that's why God made us, was so we could be so busy that we never take time for ourselves and do anything fun. There is obviously work to do, you have to do something, but at the same time, you won't ever have peace of mind if you're running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Like, there's so many people stressed out by schedules, and they don't even have 10 minutes of their day where they can just unwind and relax. And they wonder why life is passing them by. Well, that's your reason right there. It's so good mentally, just even if it's a 10-minute walk in the woods, even if it's an hour kayak trip, being outside reconnects you with nature, makes you breathe. You can breathe out here a lot better than you can in the city. So my love of the outdoors really took off when I got sober and I stopped drinking, I stopped wasting all my time at the bars. This is where I much would rather be. This is where I'd much would rather be. I don't know how to talk. Trying to do a YouTube channel, I don't know how to talk, so I don't know how that's going to go, but we're doing it. For the last couple years, I just felt like I was getting pulled to YouTube. I've been watching all the time. I don't watch TV anymore. YouTube does a really good job of, no matter what you go through in life, there's people that's already done it and they've already made a video about it. So this is just my way of kind of giving back. If maybe you're bedridden and you can't get out, or your situation has you where you're locked in your house, at least clicking on a video like this will get you outside. It'll show you a part of the world you've never seen before. And maybe, even though I have a dry sense of humor, maybe I can bring some to your life. Okay, so this is Get Lost with Greg. I already went the wrong way. I was supposed to turn up there and I went straight. It pretty much dead ends right here where there's this creek. If you keep going there, you can see a house right there. So this is the boundary of Marguerite's property. I wouldn't be Get Lost with Greg if I didn't make at least one wrong turn. I think it's this way. I say this in pretty much every video, but if you've been around this area, is there any other place that you think I should be checking out? I'm sure there's some places I don't know about. From north to Grayling, all the way south to Saginaw. That's usually the window of the area that I'm in. Drop it below in the comments if there's any place around there that you should think I should check out. And whether it's a place for hiking or kayaking or biking, even walking. I'll go walk somewhere if it's nice enough. I know it doesn't come through in video, but I wish you guys could smell this place. Like, not just being outdoors, but there's so much pine. Somebody's got a fire going, I can smell the fire. But it's the type of woods that it's been here a long time. Like, the trees have moss on them, and there's not a lot of people that come here, so you can see the path. There's sticks on it. Like, it's not matted down like it is in Bay City. It's as close to as God made it as you can get, and it's just beautiful out here. When you get trees like this, like a lot of places, you have trees this size, and you can see right through the whole woods. Here, you can just see how thick everything is. I love being in the real woods. I go through on my personal YouTube, and a lot of times I'll watch videos of people hiking and they don't say anything, and it's just them walking in the woods. And to me, it's peaceful because you get to see places that I've never been before. But so that's why I started Me POV, thinking if I did that, people would subscribe and it would blow up and I could make money just walking in the woods. But then I realized I'm in Michigan. The videos I watch, they're out in rainforests, and they're out in places that are like postcard worthy. And I understand that this is just a piece of woods that most people have wherever they live. They can just go out in the woods and it looks just like this. So I think that's why that channel didn't blow up. So now I'm trying to do it with the Get Lost with Greg, where I'm on camera and I'm taking it to these places instead of just walking around and being silent. I'm just trying to communicate with you guys and tell you what I'm seeing. And so far it hasn't been blowing up either, but I understand why. Like, there's good and bad things about winging it. Like, I like watching Ryan Trahan videos and it looks like he's winging it, but I know that he plans out every little detail. He knows what he's doing, but he makes it look so easy. Then you got people like Mr. Beast who goes above and beyond, where it's like too calculated and it's too Hollywood movie set looking. I'm just trying to find my own little niche, find my own little category, and trying to make a living on YouTube. So if you have any interest in what I'm doing, I would highly appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, like the video. If there's something you think I should add or subtract from what I'm doing here, let me know in the comments. Like, I'm a rookie at doing this, so I will not say like I'm an expert and I know everything and I'm too in my head where I won't take advice. You don't get better by ignoring people's advice, right? So again, just me walking in the woods, looking for advice. If there's any place that you'd like me to do, or I just want to shut up and just talk. I just want to shut up and talk. I just want to shut up and walk. I've never been to Oregon or anything over in that part of the country, but to me, this kind of reminds. This is what I picture when I think of the woods back there. Back there. Shut up! Stop talking. I'm gonna keep putting this message out there too. Just put myself out there. Maybe somebody will bite and they'll send me a message or drop a comment below. But if you're in this area, like I said, I travel from Saginaw all the way up to Grayling and anywhere in between. If you live in that area, you like hiking, you like kayaking, you like biking, you have a love for the outdoors like me, let me know. Maybe we can hang out and actually, do this stuff together. I'm just going to throw this out there. If you live in the Saginaw up to Roscommon area and you like hiking and kayaking and biking, drop me a comment below. Maybe we could actually meet up and do this stuff together. If you have the love for the outdoors like me, let me know. I would like to meet new people here. I'm a single guy. I just turned 39. I only have my daughter on the weekend, so I work at Amazon Flex, so my schedule's pretty flexible. I'm just trying to meet new people. I've met a couple people through church, and I'm just trying to expand my horizons with people. For a long time, like I said, God put me in isolation, and I was by myself, and I was working on myself, getting myself right. And I feel like He's bringing me out of isolation slowly, and I think it's time to meet new people. But I have no interest in being around smokers, whether any type of smokers. I don't drink, so you're not going to get me to go to a bar after we go hiking. So I know I'm looking for specific people. In the Bible, it says bad company corrupts good morals. So I would love to meet new people that are Christians who are walking on this journey that I'm walking. Somebody that we can talk about God together and build each other up instead of tearing each other down. So if that's you, if you feel like you should be next to me doing this with me, drop a comment below. I'm a pretty easy going dude. Anyways. Like my daughter says in her videos, I just want a friend. I'm just looking for a friend. I was outside last night. It was a beautiful night. It was pretty spotless. And I had a little campfire going. I put my daughter to bed and I went back out by the fire for a couple hours and saw a bunch of shooting stars. And I was calm. It was peaceful. And then I just had this moment. It'd be really cool if there was a person next to me sitting here watching the stars. So if you're that person where you can just be calm and you can say nothing and just be in the company of another human being that's doing what you love to do. That is what I'm looking for. As I was sitting there in my mom's backyard having fire, a couple houses down, there were just a bunch of drunk people just yelling and having a good time, the type that I used to have. And it just made me realize in every bone in my body, I don't want that life anymore. Like, there's so many people that think they have to be loud and they think they're having fun, but they're just annoying. They're obnoxious. If I can hear you 3 houses down, there's a 0% chance I actually want to meet you in person now. It's crazy how God can just transform your whole life. Everything I used to want, I don't want anymore. The whole lifestyle that I was striving for, to be a country songwriter, traveling the world, writing songs on tour buses, that was my goal, that was my dream. Now this is my dream. I just want to travel the country, go to different places, see the different types of landscape. I really want to see the different colors of turquoise and blue water. That's why I keep telling God, like, I'm hooked on water and I love being by the water, but it's got to be pretty for me to want to be there. So hopefully one day, like I said, I'm in Florida or I'm in the Virgin Islands. I'm still doing this YouTube channel, but with a whole lot better scenery. You got to start somewhere though, and this is where he put me. It's a pretty cool little trail. So, I'm halfway through the trails now, and I just realized, again, it's called Get Lost with Greg for a reason. My sunglasses are not on my head. While I was taking the intro video, I set them down on the fence post, and that's where they still are. So, instead of turning around and going to get them, I think we're just going to loop around and hope that they're still there. They're $10 Dollar General glasses, so it's not like they're expensive. Nothing I have is expensive, but it's just the fact that I always forget stuff. I had a lot of concussions in my day, which I blame my forgetfulness on concussions, but it's really no joke. There's a lot of times where I'll go somewhere that I know where I'm at, and I'll just take the wrong turn. Get Lost with Greg has a lot of different meanings, but that's just another example I figured I'll share with you. It's just not just me getting physically lost, it's getting lost in the outdoors, but it's also me losing my stuff. Like, I'm losing my mind. Just turned 39 and I feel like I'm 79. But I'm sure it's going to get better with age, right? Starting to lose the trail here a little bit. So far, the only thing I've seen are chipmunks and some squirrels. I can only imagine having a place like this is in my backyard. There's so many people that have the nice big houses and they have property, they have woods, and they just don't use it. Like, look at this. Just crazy how nature is. Like, every single tree that's on this planet started up the same. It was just a seed in the ground. But every single tree is different, just like every human's fingerprints are different. Every single person, their eyes are a little bit different. That stuff is just... God knows what he's doing, and there's so much evidence that there's no way I will ever lose my faith in God anymore. Like, he is all around. This didn't happen by chance. This did not happen because a couple particles bumped into each other. For a long time, when I said I was agnostic, I was just angry at God. That's why I called myself agnostic. I kept my Bible. In the back of my head, I always still believed. I was angry because the way things played out in my life. But I don't think I ever let my mind really believe that this wasn't created by a God. Like, I watched The Big Bang Theory, pretty much all of their seasons, because it was a funny show. But then when you really think about it, I was supporting the belief of no God just watching a show like that. I know they were scientists and they were funny, but the show is called Big Bang. Like, Not a bone in my body believes that there is a Big Bang theory. That just can't exist. I've gone face to face with the devil. I've tried to end my life. I've been in the darkest valleys. And he has brought me here out of the darkness into the light. That's biblical. So once you go through stuff like that, it's like, it's so clear, so evident that God has his hand in all this. He knows what he's doing. He's in control. At church today, the sermon was about perseverance and getting through the dark times. And once you do that and God's redeemed you, like he has for me, all you do is want to tell everybody about your story. So that's why I finally told my testimony on Redeemed 365, and I started a faith-based channel. I'm still going outside and I'm recording the show outside, but I'm more like stationary. It's my way of getting my message out there. So if you're curious and you want to know more, I'm going to try to keep this channel more about me just being outside. Being a Christian, my faith is going to come out no matter what type of channel I'm on. It's just who I am now. But it's Redeemed 365 if you want to get to know me more personally. It's hard to tell your testimony and put it on YouTube for all these people to see. But as a born-again Christian, that's my job, that's my duty. And that sermon today just really hit home. Like, everything that we go through, God does for a reason. And I always said I'm not going to tell people about my journey. I'm not going to say my testimony until I'm out of the darkness, until life is good and I have the house and life is perfect. But the more I think about it, that's not how this works. As a Christian, I'm worried about the next life. That's my reward. That's my inheritance, is having a mansion up in heaven. So my job here on this earth is to tell everybody how God saved me and he redeemed me, and show everybody what God did. Take them places that other people haven't been to and just show them the wonders of God. Like, it's so beautiful when you actually take a step back and think about things. Like, every leaf, there's not two leaves that you will find that's exactly the same. It's amazing what he did and he is still doing. Anybody that says God's dead, they're pretty blind. They are the ones that are in the darkness still. I can tell you personally, God is alive and well. He's still performing miracles. He's still making the blind see. He's still bringing people out of the darkness. And that's the big reason why I go outside. The big reason why I go kayaking is just to see his masterpiece in real life. There's only so much you can get through a screen. But like I said, I know that there's a lot of people that are bedridden. A lot of people are sick and they can't get out. But the ones that can, don't take it for granted. Thank him that you have arms and legs and you have sight. Thank him for all the abilities he has given you. Don't take it for granted. I've been locked up. I've been in a mental hospital where I couldn't even get outside. And once you are in situations where, as an adult, you can't control your situation, you realize you don't take anything for granted anymore. If you're free, be free. If you believe, go tell everybody what you believe. And if you don't believe, look around. YouTube is full of testimonies of journeys that people have been on. Like I said, I was born and raised in church. It's been 23 years without it. Tried it in my life. Been through a bad marriage. Been homeless, still homeless. I have so much faith. I just want to tell everybody about God, even though my story isn't over. I know he's still working in me. I know that he wrote the ending of my story, and I know it's going to end good. So I'm excited, especially when you are in a tough situation. Sit in a chair and look up at the stars at night. It really puts everything into perspective. You realize how small you are, but you're still important to God, and he loves you, and if you go back to him, he is doing everything he can to give you a good life. Day at a time, he's working, and he won't stop until it's over. Should give you some peace of mind. Right over there, you can see the end of the tree line. We're already almost at the parking lot. I said it's a really nice piece of property, but it's not that big. It's not like going to a state park or anything. It's a really nice place to get out in the woods and smell the fresh air, hear the birds chirping, see some wildlife. and you're only a couple hundred yards from the actual town. So highly recommend coming to this little nature preserve. If you live here, I'm sure you already know about it, but if you don't, come check it out. Make sure you take care of it when you're here. If you bring anything with you, take it out with you. Like, I have not seen one piece of garbage this whole walk. It's beautiful. It's just like it's supposed to be. Hopefully when we get up there, I can find my sunglasses and get back in the car and I guess head back to Bay City. We just kind of did like the outside perimeter just now. There are other trails that kind of zigzag back and forth in the middle. So there are more trails to go check out. I'll leave that up to you guys. I'm just going to show you what I just showed you. But it's beautiful. Like I said, it's the whole thing is like this. Beautiful place to check out. We have made it back to the parking lot. There is another car in the parking lot, so hopefully my glasses are still there. In the first episode, Get Lost with Greg, if you watch that, I actually lost my earbud. It turns out I set it down while I started to record, so just like this situation, I set something down, I go walk around, and I find it at the end, so hopefully it plays true again. There's somebody there. We made it back to where we started, and here are the glasses. So that'll wrap up this video. Thank you for watching Get Lost with Greg. I hope you liked it. If this brought any value to your life, I would like it if you please hit subscribe. It helps me out a bunch. Until next time, get outside and get lost. YouTube is going to tell you that you should check out this video right here. I'd appreciate it. It would help me out. Thanks so much for watching Get Lost with Greg. Get lost.